Good morning, good morning, good morning. You already know who it is, targeting individual CJBK. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off like this. Yesterday was a very trying day because, the entire day yesterday, the handlers, the perps, secret society, gang stalkers, or whatever, Freemasons, whatever you want to call them. They were basically concentrating a lot of the directed energy on, my chest. Shout out to Barton College, Athletic Training Program. But, even like right now, what they're doing is basically they're attacking thyroids. And the thyroids, if they attack the thyroids and they're successful with it, the thyroids help regulate your energy, and how you can basically, how your body regulates its energy, right? At least from a chemical standpoint, right? Now, what they're also doing is like when they're attacking here and here, they're basically trying to fill your chest cavity with charged particles, right? And then that charged particles basically overloads the nervous system, and it also kind of like, because energy has a mass itself, it gives you this feeling as if you're being filled up, almost like as if like there's someone pumping like a heavy gas into your mediastinum, your chest cavity. Now, I know I mentioned yesterday that like when I was in a restroom at this hotel, even though the lights were dim, I thought the light bulb was flickering, right? I thought the light bulb was flickering, but the light bulb wasn't flickering. There is a projection of light over our eyes, right? Remember, if you do your research, you'll find out that there is so much more digital information that we don't necessarily see. This is why there's all these augmented reality apps, because the augmented reality apps actually reveal the digital information that is, that you can't necessarily see with your naked eye. So this is one of the reasons why, secret society members, the gang stalkers, also known as transhumans, they're the ones who are basically augmented in a sense where their DNA has been restructured. Their occipital nerves have been restructured. Their brain functionings have been restructured. Everything about them is no longer truly organically human anymore. Now they have been integrated into technology to a degree where the spectrum of light that they can see has now broadened even more, But like I said before, God created us to be the organic creatures that we are supposed to be. We are supposed to be completely organic. Nothing within us is supposed to be inorganic, and trust and believe, God has always made a way that whenever there's when man gets too out of control when it comes to recreating what God has already done for us, and trying to basically interfere with God's creation, or our natural state. What happens is throughout history, all those people that tried to change exactly how humans are supposed to be, or change, how we are on the inside, or try to take away any glory that God is supposed to receive, He wipes them out. I mean, it's not a mystery. It's not even it's not even storytelling. It's literally what happens in history, and history will repeat itself. This is why I'm like really, you know, and this is leading into what I did next later that day. So this is why I'm really stressing the whole thing about detox, heavy metal detox, anti-nanobot, detoxing or excavation. You can go on YouTube and type in anti-nanobot, and there's going to be a video where you can listen to what sounds like it's like a frequency video of about 20 minutes. And basically you listen to this, you can listen to it with headphones or without headphones, and you do it for about 20 to 40 minutes, right? Basically what the frequency does, it disengages many of the smart dust that's in our bodies, right? It disengages it, and then it also allows it to basically come out either through the pores or through, or probably through, our normal, excretions, right? Then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take a shower right after that, just to like rinse it off. What I did yesterday, or what I normally do, is I combine it with my radiation salt detox bath, where I take like a pound of sea salt and a pound of baking soda. I dissolve it in water. I also include about a half cup of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide works as it basically helps cleanses the outer, layer of your skin, also in the bath. So, but yeah, basically the salt, it creates like a saline solution that kind of extracts harmful, energy from the body, and that, in a sense, it kind of like rebalances your energy levels. So a lot of TIs who are complaining about how exhausted they are, and everything that they're feeling, they just always feel so tired. You might have way too much radiation stored up in your body. So what you need to do is start doing radiation salt baths. The other thing I also noticed is when I combine the salt bath along with the anti-nanobot video, after I finish, I always have a tendency of wanting to, first thing and foremost, when I try to take my bath, if I can, I try to turn the power off in the bathroom. Like if I could turn the power off the outlets or turn the lights off in the bathroom, I'll do that, because it at least reduces the amount of electromagnetic fields that are in the bathroom while I'm trying to detox radiation from the body. And that's something else you always want to keep in mind when you're trying to go to sleep. You want to try to turn off as much power in your bedroom as possible. Don't have anything plugged into the wall. I mean, either way, there's going to be dirty electricity that's going to come from the wall outlets anyway, or there's going to be some dirty electricity coming from the power lines. I mean the electrical cords that are within your walls. If you have your bed next to a wall outlet, you might want to consider trying to move it away a fair distance, because if your bed is right next to a wall outlet, then your bed is going to soak up or at least the metal within your bed is going to soak up or absorb the energy, the dirty electricity that's coming from your wall outlets or any other electrical appliance. So yeah, I did the radiation detox salt bath, and interesting enough, when I got in the tub at first, and I try to sink myself. I mean, I don't have a really big tub, but you work it out. You first you put your legs in, and then you scrub the outer layer of your skin. You scrub your skin, you scrub your body while you're in the water, right? Because you basically you want to open up your your pores, and then make sure you scrub the bottom of your feet, because the bottom of your feet, if you know or not know, the bottom of your feet the bottom of your feet basically has many access points to different organs, or different other parts of your body. So make sure you scrub the bottom of your feet as well. And then I scrub neck, face, and then what I'll do is I'll sink my head into the water, and then I'll kind of like make sure I get a good amount of scrubbing in my hair too. So after that, I start to sink myself into the water, top down, right? Because what I'm basically trying to do is I want to get my different chakra points submerged into the water, so that it can basically cleanse the different energy parts of my body. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that when I take the radiation salt baths, they cleanse as much of my body on different points of my energy, the different energy points of my body as possible. No train down there. All right. Now, here's the other thing to notice. Oh, there is a train. Hold on. Okay. All right, cool. I like when I get in an empty train car. Because then I feel a little bit more comfortable when I speak, when I do videos and whatnot. Plus, it's also like an easy confirmation that there's no perps on the train, at least in my car. Anyway, so when I submerged my body, like basically my tub is only big enough so that like I can't fit my whole body in the water. So what I do is I just sink myself down to the point where at least my torso, from like my groin to the top of my head, is submerged into the water. Now I'm still hearing the anti-nanobot video playing even while I'm in the water. But here's what's even more interesting. Remember I told you energy, on a quantum scale, energy has a mass itself. Energy has a mass density itself, right? So once I submerged myself under the water, I kid you not, it felt like it was like, as I'm trying to submerge myself in the water, it felt like there was something in my chest. It felt like there was like all here, all the way up here, all of this. It felt like something was trying to float up that wasn't a part of my body. Like it was coming up like this. And the only way I can get it out is if it was almost as if like, how do I describe it? It was as if like, because I'm even feeling it now, but I think that's also because because I reset my energy to a point where even my natural electromagnetic field is trying to push out this negative energy. Even just by doing this, I feel energy pushing up against my body. So, and remember, if you live in an apartment building, more than likely you might have neighbors who have a transmitter or something, and they basically watch as you move around the apartment, and then they set the transmitter down right above you, so then you're constantly being hit with radiation. And if you don't believe this, you could always look up a report back in. It was just either earlier this year or late last year, but I think it was earlier this year where these two guys, I think they were in either Long Island or New Jersey, and they had built like a radiation gun, and they had the intentions of using it against a mosque for, I guess, anti-Islamic reasons or whatever. But that was a clear and definitive proof that, you know, there are people in this world who have directed energy weapons, and they're using them. They're using them. You may not know that they have them, but there are civilians walking around who actually have access to anti-radiation guns, or they may have it in a book bag. They may have it in a suitcase. They may have it in their apartment, and a lot of times you can definitely tell because it's kind of heavy. It's kind of heavy. A lot of times, especially if you're in your home, you can tell the difference because they always wait until you sit still somewhere, right? And then they set it down on the ceiling. If your ceiling is light enough, like it's thin enough rather, and there's not too much material in between the floors, you will hear them set it down, because it's like when you pick up an amp, you know, like a guitar amp. When you pick up an amp and you set it down, it's a loud enough thud that you can hear that it was something heavy. So even when you move around in your apartment, if you pay attention to the consistency. If you hear that thud, if you move into one room and then you hear this, it's like a one thud. If you hear that one thud, right, and it's right above your head, but then you go and move into another room and all of a sudden you hear that same thud and it's right above your head, trust and believe they're using a device against you. Now, but yeah, so, and I think the way you know my building is set up, I think pretty much every apartment is mirrored the same way. So if they're probably setting something down, maybe they're setting it down like, I don't know if they're setting it in their tub too, or maybe they're setting it to the side of the tub, and then they kind of direct like an antenna or something to, you know, transmit the energy or whatever. Yeah, so as I submerge myself into the water, because right now they're focusing energy, but this is scalar energy. Remember, this is scalar technology. So it's basically like the transfer. It's basically like the transfer of energy particles without them actually losing, you know, power through distance. It's kind of almost like a portal. It's like, imagine, let me see, if I remember correctly, you have an electromagnetic field, right? They basically take two different transmitters, right? And they converge on your electromagnetic field. Then what happens is the energy particles that's around your electromagnetic field, they then take the particles around you and then create like a vacuum, and then they basically focus it into you. I mean, I could be explaining it wrong, but anybody who knows about scalar energy, or at least are reading about it, they will see, okay, I know what he's trying to say, or I understand what he's saying, you know. But like I said, you don't gotta believe anything I'm telling you. Just look up scalar weaponization, scalar energy, and you'll see. And then here's something else that I thought about too. I got to make sure I really talk about what I wanted to talk about this morning. But I remember at one point I came across this website called Scalar Healing, right? Well, no, I don't remember what the website was called, but it was basically this website where someone was offering to basically heal your body of any ailments or heal you of depression or anything that you're dealing with. And basically what they said was all you had to do is send them a picture of you. So I'm thinking, I remember when I first heard about it, I was like, how are you going to heal somebody just by sending them a picture of you? And then it's like, that's when you think about it. If they're saying that they can heal a person just by using this light-based technology that they have somewhere else, and basically, I guess, scanning the picture or shedding this light over, oh damn, I think it really just hit me just now. Basically, they're using technology. If they have an image of you, they can scan the image of you, right? And then I guess, like, because the world is digitalized and there's a digital copy of everyone on the internet somewhere or on the cloud, they can basically concentrate energy on you, whether it's harmful or healing energy, and it will find you. It will find you no matter where you are. So, golly, I need to find that website because it was so interesting to read something like that. And then, of course, they always have like the testimonials written at the bottom of the page. But yeah, just do a search on scalar healing and you might come across that website. It literally said, all you have to do is send us a picture of you and we will heal you with this special technology. So now, but yeah, so I was trying to remember everything that I was saying. But yeah, when I was submerging myself in the water, it felt like it was hard for me to put my whole body down in the water because something else was trying to come up. That's most likely the charged particles, the negative, the energy that should not be in your body trying to escape. So when you submerge yourself in the water and then you feel that like you almost feel like something is trying to separate from your body, just focus on exhaling. Exhale through your mouth, not your nose. So if you breathe in through your nose and exhale out your mouth, because what you're trying to do is allow that energy to escape. You're trying to get as much of it out as you can. So like right now, they have a lot of energy focused on my chest. Then also what they've been doing lately is focusing a lot of energy on my genitalia. And it's not like basically it's like they're heating the cells of my, they're heating the cells and the tissue up to the point where it feels like I'm being burned from the inside out. And it's not like the STD type burn. No, this is because I can actually feel the frequency. Like I can actually, like, just by using my own chi, I can feel the frequency basically attached to my fingers here. And as I'm doing that, I can feel the frequency kind of like being pulled from it. And then on top of that, it's also going through my hand. Like it's going through my hand and it goes, like I could track it. And it kind of always goes at an angle going upwards. So like even up to like right here, it's coming from something, right? So, but yeah, so after I continued, doing the bath and everything, you stand up. I like to take a look at it, look at the water, take pictures, because if you did it properly, you're gonna see like a lot of reflective like material in the water, and it's crazy how much you would see. Like if you've never done the detox before and never listened to the anti-radiation or anti-nanobot video, I suggest you at least try it once. Baking soda is not expensive. Sea salt is not expensive. All you gotta do is just get a big box of baking soda and a big box of sea salt, and it has to be sea salt based on the recipe. It has to be sodium chloride, not magnesium chloride. That's Epsom salt. It has to be sodium chloride. And yeah, you do the bath for about 40 minutes. It has to be 40 minutes. And then once you stand up, you take a look at the water. Take a picture if you want. And then you rinse off with fresh water. You rinse off with fresh water. More times than likely, when you get out of the bath, you will feel stronger. Like almost like you would feel like you have a whole different body than what you did 40 minutes ago. Even your grip would change. Like you can grip your fist even stronger than what you did before. So yeah, that's that. And then like I told you, I decided I was going to take a chance, and I'm trying to see if I could have something of a love life, but it's also very risky and daring because she necessarily didn't know about gang stalking or secret society stuff or how technology. Well, she had some knowledge of it based on what her mom and her mom's friend has been like teaching her, but they're learning through like a different means, some different cultural means, but yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like she's still learning just how effective and manipulating this technology can be. So now she's still in the learning and reasoning part where now that you've come into knowledge about basically someone being able to manipulate how you think, how you feel. Now she's working herself through actually using full reasoning and logic, and not just full reasoning and logic, but understanding how she truly feels about things. Rather, if she can sense when she's being tuned, because I can sense when I'm being tuned, because I've mastered peace. At any given moment, I can maintain a level of peace. No matter what's happening, I can always control my peace. But if I feel, most of the time, if not all the time, I have a level of peace. I have peace at all times. But if I feel something dip, if I feel like something is dipping in me, that's when I realize I'm being tuned. And then along with that, I get the B2K or synthetic telepathy with the handlers or whatnot. They have certain statements, like trigger statements, that's that's meant to try to see if it can cause a disturbance in my energy. So basically, like if I feel confident about something, or if I feel like I'm fully knowledgeable about something, and nothing could really nothing could really tell me otherwise because I've already read the facts. They would say something along the lines like, he has no idea, and they'll keep repeating. Not like he has no idea, he has no. They'll make it's almost more in a sense where they say it so then, like, whenever there's a specific type of brainwave that they're because remember, they're looking at an EEG of your brainwaves. So whenever your brain activity reaches a certain point or a certain type of wave, they'll say, okay, he's getting a little too high. He has no idea, and then all of a sudden you would feel it kind of like dip a little bit, like you would feel the change. But then this is why I tell you, you have to learn how to master your peace. You have to learn how to master the control of your mind, because they're basically tuning you. I mean, until we learn to disconnect this thing until we learn to disconnect from the cloud itself, they're always going to be attacking. They're always going to be, trying to find more ways to, see if they can tune you, whether it's through pain, whether it's through erasing of your memory or implanting of thoughts that you weren't necessarily having before, or they're going to try every tactic that they can. They'll send people in your direction to try to see if they can break your concentration from it. Because it's so weird now, because like before I used to be like really kind of jovial, and I mean, no, I'm still pretty jovial, but what am I trying to say, it was so weird to have like people just walk up to me and just be like, oh, that's interesting, and then like they start talking to you and start talking to me and whatever, and I just be like, and I'm just talking whatever. But then now it's at the point where like you kind of like are like, I mean, it's already like I'm in New York, so you're already suspicious of everybody that talks to you out of nowhere. But now it almost seems like when you master your piece and everything, when you master your piece and you become sensitive to energies around you, now you begin to read a person's energy before they even begin to talk to you. So now as you learn to read people's energy, you are now learning that you're learning how to spot people who are either looking to do good for you or looking for help from you, or looking to just basically collect information from you. Because it's so interesting how so many people always have like stopped me in the street and they got questions about my e-bike, or they got questions about my job, or they always got some type of question about something that I'm doing, right? Remember, everybody who's a part of this gang stalking secret society, they have tasks, and they get paid to do their tasks, right? So, let me go ahead and close this off because I wanted to make sure I get this part out, because like I tell people, I don't necessarily consider myself a Christian per se. I would say that I basically live myself according to the teachings that Christ was given to humanity, and like I live myself. Ooh, yeah, somebody had a bad night. But yeah, I live myself according to the teachings of what Christ was, basically passing down to humanity and mankind, and in the Bible, Jesus Christ, he tells you, don't worship me, worship the Father. And I think that's one of the things that's kind of like wrong with a lot of so-called Christian believers to this day, because they're basically worshiping Christ, but like Christ always said, Christ says it in the Bible, do not worship me, worship the Father, because I am who I am because of the Father. Christ is supposed to be the example of what we can become. They got so much energy in my chest. These little bit of steps are not supposed to be having me out of breath, because I can feel the dense energy in my chest. But as I pull the energy out, I feel the flexibility of my lungs and everything open back up, like it loosens up. Hold on. Okay. So I'm like, man, I really don't want to end up like having to become like Iron Man, where like, like I gotta be walking around with like a whole armor of shit, and it's like, I don't know, maybe there can be something more lightweight that I can walk around with or whatever. But I don't know. I gotta keep doing more research to find out what type of material can basically block or deflect, light energy. So, um, but yeah. So, oh, before I forget, now, this morning, like every day, I have the Bible app, right? I have a Bible app, and it sends me, scripture of the day. So I want to try to start making it a thing for me to share whatever scriptures of the day that I get. I want to be able to share it with y'all. Because remember, like I tell you, I use the Bible as like wisdom and wisdomic teaching, like, because there's so many lessons and so much power within the Bible. There's a reason why people can use the Bible to manipulate you, and then there's a reason why people can use the Bible to heal themselves, or hear them, or basically heal their consciousness or the way they think and everything. Oh, I hear the rats. Yeah, this whole street right here is like, especially early in the night, nothing but rats. But anyway, so today's scripture of the day was from I had to take the picture with my flip phone, but it's I think it says John. Hold on, I'm gonna just pause. Okay, so it's John 16:33, right? And it reads, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." So it's like, and I just had a chill just come over my body just now. Some would probably say that's the Holy Spirit that comes over you. But but it tells you, it says, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace," right? Basically saying that God has given you word to help keep you going, to help keep you and remind you not to basically be succumbed by the things, that may come at you in the world. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. Lean on me in the teachings that I give you, and you will master your peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, which means God is already letting you know that God never promises that you're not going to go through things in life. God never promised that we're not going to find tribulation. God never promised that we're not going to, experience, turmoil. God never promised that we're not going to have enemies. God never promised any of these things, right? But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world, And well, I mean, these are words from Jesus, actually. So it's like, you gotta remember that we are basically we're constantly always in spiritual warfare, because that's what the world truly is. The world is the battleground between everything that's light and dark and good and evil. So you got to remember, we are in good company. Because we are being persecuted the way we are in good company. We are basically fighting against things and people who have basically chosen who they want to serve. They're serving the beast. when you hear about beast technology, and when you hear about Baphomet and how even Lucifer himself will promise mankind all these different things, riches, power, all these different things, but then eventually that when man goes ahead and eats from the hand of Lucifer and begins to praise the beast, man basically destroys themselves. You live by the sword and you die by the sword. You study war, and eventually you will be succumbed and destroyed by the very war that you decided you wanted to study. You live your life based on weapons and destruction, and you will die by weapons and destruction. So what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you feeling today?
I'm out here just trying to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time, man. Yeah, man. So, but let me get out of here so I can clock in for work, and I'll see y'all later. All right. And like I told him, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.